It's a goal! Can you believe it? It's extraordinary.
Big show coming up. Port Adelaide jumped the Crows for 8th spot, but the Crows still a very, very good chance. And where's this young Fogarty been? He's been in the SANFL all week. The selection squeeze is on at Port Adelaide and much more. Footy SA is up now. Very interesting round of footy. We're going to take you through all the big talking points as Port Adelaide jump the Crows for 8th spot. Bernie Vince, welcome along.
Thanks for having me again, Kane. No such thing as an honourable loss, so I'm not accepting the result in Perth last night.
You're not accepting it?
No,
they were pretty good.
No, they're okay, but they had chances to win that game and didn't. So
They did. I reckon if Rory Sloane doesn't go off injured, which we'll get to, Adelaide probably sneaked that one, which would have been a big upset. But I reckon they beat Collingwood this weekend and then put themselves in an elimination final in round 23. We'll get to all of that. Let's look at the finals board. There is a couple of teams looking for that 8th spot. It is the big moment. It's all thanks to Kia. The V6 twin-turbo Kia Stinger is the West Australian Car of the Year. There it is as it sits right now. Essendon are crawling there, Bernie. Port Adelaide have got 8th spot at the moment. They play North Melbourne away, Fremantle. And let's look at the Crows. Huge one Saturday twilight at Adelaide Oval, then that elimination against the Western Bulldogs in Mars Stadium. So I reckon it's out of the Crows and the Bulldogs for Essendon's 7th spot.
you reckon Essendon don't win both of them?
They can't. They do not deserve to play finals, Essendon. Look at their draw. They got Freo away and Collingwood. They've lost by a combined 176 points last fortnight. So I reckon if the Crows are good enough, they get there.
Yeah, they certainly can. And who would have thought Crows and Port, can they play each other in the first final?
No.
Maybe we see one of them. They're both 7 and 8.
So I think Adelaide probably plays the Giants. Port Adelaide might play Collingwood. Let's look at that game yesterday because Darcy Fogarty was sensational with 5 goals. His second game for the year. Where's he been all year?
Well, I'll tell you where he's been all year. It's been in SANFL.
Playing defence.
Calling for him to play every week, and then they put him to full back for a few weeks. What are they doing? But he just proved how good he can be at this level, and I think this is every player, every young player has one of these making a game that makes them, and this is his. Well, he'll look back at this game and go, well, this is my blueprint. This is what I need to do. I can do it at the level. Get huge confidence out of it, and how good was he? Just physical, knocking blokes over, kicking goals. How good is he at a set shot?
He's going to be a cult hero at Adelaide for the next 10 years, no doubt. And maybe he's one of those players that plays better at AFL level. He appreciates the delivery rather than the stuff in the SANFL because, let's face it, he hasn't been knocking the selection door down. That's why Don Pike's been reluctant to play him.
We did make that comment when Jenkins went out of the side last week. Well, they're planning for life without Jenkins because they put Fogarty in. He wasn't, as you said, he wasn't banging the door down, but a real breakout game for him. So exciting for Crows fans.
Which asks the question, where to for Josh Jenkins? 14 disposals, 8 marks in the SANFL, didn't kick a goal. He's on 148 games. Now, you're an Adelaide Life member. He's spoken of the fact that he really wants to get Life membership. Probably not going to happen now. I can't see a way where he plays this year and then he's on the list next year.
Yeah, well, I think, and we've said it the last couple of weeks, I think they're planning for life without Josh Jenkins, which is sad for him, but it's a business, mate. So he's got to look at his options as well, and he's got to weigh up what's best for him and his family, and that looks like it's going to be not at the Adelaide Football Club.
You've been big on Riley O'Brien all year. Sam Jacobs back in the side was pretty solid. How do you see that ruck battle going? Yeah, well, it's a really healthy competition, I guess, and Sam came back in. I thought he was pretty good. Yeah. Gave first use. He's got a beautiful tap, nice soft tap to the mids, and Matt Crouch and Brad Crouch just were licking their lips, weren't they? They had 9 clearances and 6 clearances respectively, and I thought Sam was pretty good. Yeah, I thought he was pretty solid. I think Jacobs, you're right, he's favourable in the ruck duels, and his soft hands and tap work is better than O'Brien. I think O'Brien's better around the ground. Yeah, his follow-up stuff's good. Yeah, I think he's more impactful around the ground, gets more possession, and probably hunts the footy a bit better than Jacobs. But they're going to be hard-pressed to leave Sauce out this week. So O'Brien didn't play in the SANFL, of course, travelled as emergency, and you'd think they will stick that lineup with Collingwood. Big job against Brodie Grundy this week. Let's talk about Rory Sloane, because he was on fire in the first half. 17 disposals. He was flying, and then this happened, and he was forced off. Didn't play again. That's 1 minute into the third quarter. and he has had some issues with that eye before, so they'll be pretty cautious with him.
Yeah, a bit of friendly fire there as well. And as you said, he was on fire, and a big reason why Adelaide were right in the game early. And as you said, could have possibly got him over the line if he was still out there. So disappointing, but long term, hopefully that eye's okay, and he's back this week and long term as well.
Flew back with the team today and arrived in Adelaide, but still waiting for an update on the club with that injury.
Had the sunnies on at the airport.
Did he really?
Yes, I liked that. Had the sunnies on, just hiding the eyes, keeping away from the media.
You'd have to think highly unlikely to play this week. Fingers crossed for Rory, everyone's favourite. Let's turn our attention to Port Adelaide. I thought it was the centre bounce dominance that got them the win on the weekend. They were just so hot out of there. 16-5 it was. Sydney didn't even have a hit out of the 20 centre bounce clearances, and Wines and Power Pepper and Houston were terrific in there, Bernie.
Yeah, well, not one hit out. Do you think Port Adelaide have got the mix right without Lycett?
We'll talk about Scotty Lycett in a moment. Once again, it's that dilemma. It's going to be really hard to leave Laddams out. In fact, they won't leave him out. I think the spot is Ryder, and Lycett was terrific in the Sandful, so I still think he's got a role to play. But one of them's going to have to play forward. So they've got to work out who's the better forward out of those two. But I really think they're steadfast on playing two rucks this year. But we'll speak about that a little bit later on as well. Charlie Dixon found some form. Bernie, it's been a while coming. It's been an interrupted season for him after wrecking his leg late last year. But he was aggressive. He got to so many contests. And this was a pivotal moment, I reckon. He took this contested mark just before half-time and went back and drilled it. His goal kicking has been an issue for him. And from there, he was away. So if they can get this guy firing, Marshall's in there, the forward structure looks so much better than what it has earlier on in the year. Yeah,
I think that Port Adelaide's certainly a better side with him in the side, and when he's playing well, he's just a complete bonus. So good to see him back in form. Hopefully he can continue that.
Yeah, he's a spiritual leader for them as well, and you can see the reaction and the emotion when he does go back and kick goals like this. He does lift his teammates, and certainly one of the most popular members down there at Alberton, and it is good to get him in form at the right time of the year. Right, Bernie is at the Plasma for the Kia Top 7, home to Australia's best 7-year factory warranty. What were the biggest highlights this week?
Well, I want to start with your man. It's Dersma and the bow and arrow. Not only is he doing it on the field now, he is doing it at schools. He's taking it to schools.
Yep.
He's going to make money out of this. I swear he's going to make money. He should patent this thing. Look at it. But he's teaching them. That's not how you do it. Get the head into it. See there? The head. All the kids know how to do it, though.
Good.
What about this next one? Rory and Rory. Just not sure which one's the dog at this stage. I hope Rory's not watching. How good was this? Jack Watts back up and running.
Your boy, good to see him back.
Good to see him moving freely, and a chance to play in the finals if the boys can make it. So good luck to him. This is the Grandmaster in town, the EA Sports Grandmaster that Adelaide are sponsors of, I think.
What, who is he?
Oh, some bloke from Afghanistan or something, I think.
Look at this guy.
I made that up. Oh, what about this? He loved it too, strutting around, which reminded me, Kane, of when you did it.
Yeah, I knew it.
You just took yours off, though.
Exactly right.
Geez, you look scrawny and skinny. Are you okay? Oh, but number one, what about your feud with Mr. Ben Simmons? Have you just annoyed everyone in Australia?
Yeah, I'm out.
There's no one left, so you've had to go international.
I'm out of AFL players.
You know Tiger Woods didn't make the cut.
Oh, no.
You can have a go at him. Serena Williams pulled out of a tournament in Toronto.
Ben's just got to get back down to earth, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's carrying on.
He was up pretty high.
He's carrying on a little bit too much.
I think you've crashed him back down pretty hard.
Oh, mate, Ben, and took the bait nicely. Just put a little line out there.
Didn't need any bait.
And took the bait beautifully. We're up and running on Footy SA. Heaps coming up. Stay with us on the other side of this. You are watching Footy SA, all thanks to Kia, home to Australia's best 7-year factory warranty, and OTR, who are making life easy. I want to talk about Connor Rozee, and this is why he would be the #1 pick in the draft if they were to redo it again. Forget Sam Walsh. This guy and his ability to pick the ball up with speed at ground level was unbelievable on the weekend. I want you to notice how he never, ever fumbles. Tricky conditions, it was wet, it was slippery, and I didn't see him fumble once. So not only did he kick 3 goals, forget about that. I want you to notice this sort of stuff. The work in tight, in traffic, his speed, his decision-making and his cleanliness at ground level is as good as I've seen from a young player. And then you get this. I mean, this is the pure brilliance. This is the speed. Look at this. One grab, there it is. And then he almost pings this one from the boundary line. A freak shot at goal that almost could have got there. It didn't in the end, but just his ability at ground level, in traffic, like this, one grab, bang, handball off, makes the correct decisions. He's not selfish. He gives the ball off when he needs to. Chase there, doesn't get it, gets back involved here, and then he's clean, bang. Nothing spectacular about that, but once again, his ability to do it at ground level. And then this is what they got him for, the ability to pick it up at ground level, speed and the finish. 3 goals, he got the 8 coaches' votes on the weekend. He's a genuine star. He's Port Adelaide's leading goal kicker, and he's got a massive future. Ollie Wines came back into the side late. He was emergency Bernie. He replaced Zach Button, who was injured, and I thought he was okay.
Yeah, he was good, and initially wasn't in the side, which created a bit of talk, but found his way back in the late inclusion, and he'd be really happy with that. Kicking a couple of goals, he got inside, and he's a bull inside. He's in Port Adelaide's best 22, and people were questioning that, but he would have been really happy with the performance on the weekend.
Well, the coach was questioning it, which is amazing considering he's the co-captain. So he was fit. He's done a lot of work because it was just a fractured thumb, so it wasn't a conditioning issue. Ken just said hadn't done enough to force his way back in, and they were happy. But I think it was the right call to play him in those conditions, and I think he'll stay in this week. Let's look at the pressure on for spots at Alberton, because it hasn't been like this for a long time. Here's some of the Sandful performers on the weekend. Willem Drew had 38. Lysett, we've spoken about, 30 and 33 hit-outs. Motlop kicked 5. Farrell was good. And Dougal Howard, as that key target down there, kicked 3 as well. So they've got an interesting dilemma at selection and a good one to have.
Certainly, yeah. It's really, really healthy, isn't it? Especially coming into a finals campaign. So good to have their SANFL players in really good form. But Lysett, 30 disposals, he can't find his way in.
It's amazing for a ruckman to have 30, but it's at the lower level, so you'd expect him to play well. Also fit and available is Ryan Burton. He's back from that 4-week hamstring. Brett Montgomery, their assistant coach, faced the media today. He says Ryan's every chance to play this week. He had a great training week last week. I'd expect him to throw himself in and be available for selection. It will be an interesting conversation, but we expect him to be available to play. I reckon he goes back through the sample.
Yeah, I think so. He's done that twice, hasn't he, this year, the hamstring? Yep. So be cautious, and probably need to see him get through a full game before putting him at risk again. One
man who was voted best on ground by the coaches, he got the full 10, was Darcy Byrne-Jones, and once again across half-back, he was unbelievable on the weekend. This is as good as I've seen him play, and I just wonder whether he is still underrated in the competition and whether he's getting the recognition he deserves.
Oh, he certainly is, and I'm calling him your boy because you've picked him. Yep. You picked him early on in the year, saying he's going to have a standout year, and he just gets the job done. And to people outside of Port Adelaide Footy Club, I don't think they know much about him, but he just turns up, and to get 10 coaches' votes in his role is outstanding because he's sort of that lockdown run-off half-back type player, but he's to 10 votes, pretty good.
It's good. So Travis Boak will win the best and fairest. So I'd expect Darcy Byrne-Jones to finish 2 or 3. So let's look at those votes, all thanks to Repco Authorised Service Centre, your local mechanic. With the nationwide backing of Repco, book your next car service at repcoservice.com. Connor Rozee, I thought, was the most impactful player on the game. He was the match winner. Tom Jonas' best game for the club. That man, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Tom Cleary across half-back, and Laddams in the ruck for his 4th game was terrific. So they're not going to get him out of the side anytime soon.
That's big. You've put him in there just so they can't put him out of the side, haven't you? You've just stirred the pot there.
They're not going to put him out. Now we're going to take a look at the Crows up next, and you've got a 9-minute passage of play that you reckon cost them on the weekend.
Cost us the game.
Stick around for that.
Balfours and footy goes together like grass stains on a Guernsey.
To celebrate this perfect match, we're giving away a footy every day this season. Just share your perfect footy moment, tag Balfours Bakery,
and use the hashtag #TakeASpecky to enter.
Whether meeting your footy hero,
celebrating victory,
or taking a specky mark,
Balfours and footy, the perfect match. Go get it.
Check that one out, the Balfours Take a Specky promotion. Share your perfect footy moment. Visit balfours.com.au. You are watching Footy SA, all thanks to Kia, home to Australia's best 7-year factory warranty, and also OTR, making life easy. Speaking of which, Bernie Vince is at the plasma for his OTR takeaway. Need a pit stop? Race into your nearest OTR for great deals. The 9 minutes that crossed the Crows yesterday, what was it?
Well, it was a brain fade, Kane.
A brain fade?
It was a brain fade. The 9 minutes cost them 4 goals unanswered, and it was more the ease in which they kicked them. And I'll play them here. Look at this. This is just non-concentration.
Who's on him?
Well, who was on him?
Miller.
Miller, it's just they don't concentrate long enough, it feels like. Like, that needs to be spoiled. We see back here, look at this, slow-mo, what's Crouch doing? Standing nowhere, not watching the ball, allows them to lead onto it, and it's popped up in the air. It needs to be spoiled. And this one here, the Crows are actually entering this one inside 50. So they go in here, good smother, obviously, quick turnover. But have a look at this. We fast forward this up a bit. Have a look. This is almost a little bit embarrassing the way they score this. From here, as we slow it down, like, they can just raffle this in the goal square. Like, too easy. And they can't have these lapses. Oh, here's another one for Tex. First of all, not far off the mark enough. Has to pop it up in the air, kicks here. Why not look inside? Brodie Smith's on his own inside. But they just have these little brain fades for patches, and you can't do that. And it goes down the other end. I think they do score a goal here, but you can't have those little brain fades like they're doing and expect to win, especially against good teams and especially on the road against good teams. So cut that out and they win the game. So they can't afford to do that in the finals.
Good vision. When you think they lost by 10 points and they've just given up 4 easy ones there, they'd love to have their time back again. Great stuff from Bernie for his OTR takeaway, but let's look at the good stuff. And that was the best players for Repco Authorised Service Centre, your local mechanic with a nationwide backing of Repco. Book your next car service at repcoservice.com. Just 4.
Yeah, only 4 stood out to me.
Wow.
Slaney was on track, obviously, to be up the top of that list, but coming off at half-time, he dropped out. But I thought Fogarty, obviously, that standout game with his 5 goals. Matty Crouch, 43 disposals, 9 clearances. I thought Brad Crouch was really good as well with 35 disposals and 6 clearances.
Yep.
And Daniel Talia kept Kennedy to no marks and just the 1 goal and 6 disposals. So I thought he was very good
now,
too.
nearly at the business end, a couple of weeks ago, Brad Crouch leading from Sloane, Travis Boak, Matt Crouch and Darcy Byrne-Jones into the top 5. So really only Boak, Sloane and Crouch, I think, can win that magnificent award. Thanks to Repco Authorised Service Centre. Brownie's in the house for Sportsbet. Check out Sportsbet Same Game Multi promotion on all AFL games this weekend. Conditions apply. Gamble responsibly. Massive weekend of footy coming up.
It is, and I'll take a bit of the heat for the Ben Simmons thing. I did give you the idea to Volcano. It might have been my idea, but it was very well Volcano.
I was the one that went with it. I'll take it.
He was happy about it too. And did I tell you last week, take a same game multi, the Crouch brothers both to get 30 or more disposals, 360.
You did.
They pretty much do it every week. They smash the clock on the weekend. Let's have a look at the games because it is a big round of footy. This is a very even game. There's 8 games this weekend that are very, very even as we roll to the 1 to 39 market. Very hard to see being outside the 230 or the 250 here for the Magpies. So that's going to be a very, very interesting game. As we roll to the Port Adelaide game, very similar, $2, $1.80. Tell you what, Port do play Marvel Stadium very, very well. And I am on these guys because I reckon they've just dropped off a bit. So I think Power will win this game. And I reckon around here at the 1 to 39 market, I think $2.37 is a good bet. Power playing some pretty good footy. Let's roll on to the Brownlow medal. Nat Fyfe is now the outright favourite. Did he get 3 votes? I'm not sure. Did the last few minutes cost them on the weekend? Does Jack Stephen get the 3 votes? I'm not sure, but certainly a couple of minutes before time. If they win by 9 points that they should have, he definitely would have got 3. Lockie Neil Dangerfield, obviously. Richmond West Coast are the outright favourites. Geelong, certainly Port Adelaide, a huge opportunity. And the Sandful. It's pretty even at the top there, and then you got this cluster through here. So Glenelg still the favourites. I know you like that, Kane, and good luck to Benny Simmons going back home. Gamble responsibly.
Yeah, good luck. He's going to hit the weights. He's going to hit the cardio. I think you should just work on that jump shot, though, Brownie. Forget the cardio.
What about the head wobble call?
He needs to work on the jump shot. Plenty more coming up on Footy SA. Stick around after this. This is Footy SA, all thanks to Kia, home to Australia's best 7-year factory warranty and OTR, making life easy. Let's talk some Sandful action. It is our Balfours Sandful update. Buy Balfours Pie for a Sandful ticket. Visit balfours.com.au. The game we are going to look at, Bernie Vince, Norwood smashing Sturt. Look at the score here and you can, as I said, buy that Balfours Pie for a ticket. Visit balfours.com.au. As we look at it, Dom Barry was on fire in that huge victory. They won 17-7, 109 to 6-14-50. He had 19, couple of goals, 3 marks and 3 inside 50. He's played some AFL footy as well, this kid.
My ex-teammate, mate.
Is he really?
Played at Melbourne and then went away. I think he played for NT Thunder and then came back to Adelaide, I think, to play for Glenelg and then end up on Port's list and found him. He's been around a bit now. Start talking about him.
Has been around. Louis Johnson had plenty of the footy as well, as did Shenton and Nunn with 28 and 27 respectively. So Don Barry wins the prizes this week, and there's some magnificent ones. Let's take a look at what he's won. The hip pocket workwear and safety. They have you covered, and also FXD, function by design. How good are those boots there? Also, keep things cool with the Dometic CI 42 litre icebox. Dometic Mobile Living made easy. And if you missed any of today's show, check out the SEN app for all of the best bits. You can catch up on it. SEN, you can see it there. Just download that. Listen to myself and Hazy from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Righto, Bernie, it is a massive round 22. We are at the business end. I'm going to put you on the spot. Adelaide against Collingwood. Can they get it done?
Yes, they can. I think they do. I saw Collingwood play on the weekend, and although they won, I don't think they're... Well, I think Adelaide's performance was better than Collingwood's win. So I think they get over the line Saturday night.
Danger game for Port Adelaide. I know North Melbourne kicked 1 goal on the weekend, but they're not going to be easy at Marvel.
No, they won't bring that effort again. They were appalling, weren't they? There's some appalling games on the weekend.
Who wins?
North Melbourne.
Wow. Adelaide and Port for me. We'll tell you all about it next Monday night. Have a great week.